Unholy and fraudulent alliance. Nnamdi Kanu writes open letter to the public, to the Africans, to the Europeans, to the Americans, and to the world at large. I did not commit fraud or mismanaged any funds. Chinedu Wazobia laments. Disregard the media sensation of few political actors. Soludo speaks on close Onitsha market. He is back to attack P2B again. Tension in Sokoto communities as bandits impose 25 million naira fine over lost member and weapons. The story, all Boko, for nigerianews.com in case you want to take a look at it. Anyway, my good people, happy Sunday to you all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your location and time. I, Ukulora, is here to give you this important information coming from the office of Aloysius Ejimako, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's Elite Council. If you get this message, do me a favor, like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos. I is coming back. Oh yeah, now let us dissect this message to the best of our understanding. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has accused both the executive and judicial of orchestrating fraud against him since his extraordinary rendition in 2021. In an open letter personally signed by him, Kanu has declared that he will no longer subject himself to trial before any judge or court that lacks constitutional jurisdiction. He stated, "But let me say this for the world to know. I will not succumb to any trial conducted by any judge or court whose jurisdiction does not pass constitutional muster, not now and not ever. Be it as it may, if it will take the rest of my life in detention to produce me before a proper and impartial court, so be it." Kanu detailed his legal struggles over the years, expressing concern over what he described as executive and judicial manipulation against him since his first rendition to Nigeria. What does it signify? Nnamdi Kanu said, "I am not going anywhere unless you bless me, unless you give me what I asked, unless you do the needful, unless you obey your laws, unless you obey both the local charter and international charter on what they call extraordinary rendition. Anything apart from this, I, Odogwu Biafra Hamadike, one of Igbo land, Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, is not going to appear before any judge again." He referenced a ruling from March 1, 2017 by the Federal High Court in Abuja, which stated that IPOB is not an unlawful group. We criticized the federal government for not appealing the ruling through legal means, but instead obtaining an ex parte order to proscribe IPOB as a terrorist organization without notifying him or the group. This abominable incident was the earliest sign yet that the government and the judiciary have struck an unholy and fraudulent alliance to deny me my rights and thereby imperil the life and the liberty of millions who identify with IPOB, he stated. Kanu further referenced an October 26, 2022 Federal High Court ruling that declared his extraordinary rendition and detention unconstitutional. The court stated that his manner of arrest and detention in Kenya has his continued detention in Abuja, his subjection to physical and mental trauma, and the inhuman and degrading treatment meted out to him amount to a brazen violation of his fundamental right to dignity of his person and threat to life under Section 34, subsection 1A of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The court also ordered the Fulani government to apologize to him and pay him compensations. He noted that in a responsible society and well-ordered, run by a responsible government, the judgment is sufficient to have ended my lengthy detention and encouraged the Fulani government to constructively engage me on the issues of self-determination agitation that triggered this whole saga. Additionally, he cited an October 13, 2022 Court of Appeal ruling which held that the court must never shy away from calling the executive to order when they resort to acts of executive lawlessness. The ruling further asserted due to his forcible abduction and extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria on June of 27, 2021, in violation of international and state laws, no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to entertain charges against him. According to Nnamdi Kanu, despite these rulings, Kanu lamented that the Fulani government refused to release him, instead working behind closed doors to reverse the appellate court decision through what he described as fraudulent stay of execution. One may then ask, is it not abominable for a court to stay a judgment the government already disobeyed? In plethora of cases, the Supreme Court has held that anybody who disobeys a related court order cannot be given any judicial relief until such order is obeyed, he stated. He also recalled that on September 24, 2023, he requested the judge handling his case to recuse herself due to concerns over bias. However, rather than appealing the judge's decision, he claimed that the chief judge of the Federal High Court instead ordered the same judge to continue hearing the case, despite lacking jurisdictions. Reaffirming his stance, Kanu insisted that he would rather remain in detention indefinitely than submit to a trial before what he perceives as an illegitimate court. I did not mismanage or commit any fraud, Nedu Wazobia. Popular on-air personality Chinedu and Emmanuel, also known as Nedu Wazobia, has denied fraud allegations made against him by several individuals. Nigerians understand that the media personality was accused of fraud and financial misconduct regarding the Nedu Scholarship Foundation. The controversy began after Nedu invited reality TV star and comedian Aderombi Adebayo Martin, better known as D1, to the Honest Bunch podcast. During the podcast, D1 alleged that social media critic Martin Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man, was agege. Subsequently, several accusations surfaced online claiming that Nedu has misappropriated donations meant for the scholarship initiative. Addressing the allegation at a press conference held in Lagos, Nedu reaffirmed his unwavering dedication to education, philanthropy, and social impact, while announcing this decisive legal action against false claims amid tarnishing his reputation. Nedu, while speaking through the agency that manages his brand, Talking Drums, emphasized that all funds for the Nedu scholarship initiative were managed by a global recognized social enterprise, ensuring full accountability, and at no point did Nedu personally handle or control donations. Chief Operation Officer of Talking Drums, Sarah Williams, said, "For the sake of clarity, I did like to state that I don't know where they got this information from, but I did like to state that Mr. Nedu did not commit any form of fraud or mismanagement of funds." Mr. Nedu did not handle any of the funds that were made available for this project. It wasn't paid to him. He did not see the money. He made it clear that he did not want any donations sent to his personal account to maintain transparency and build his legacy. Moving forward. Disregard the media sensation of a few political actors. Soludo speaks on closed Onitsha markets. Governor Charles Soludo has justified closure of some markets in Anambra State by security and government agents. Based on the visit, Governor Soludo submitted that his visit was purely interventionist as drug-related matters were the constitutional duties of the federal government. He related that his visit was to ascertain why other markets close to the drug market shut down for illicit and fake items were also closed. The governor, however, revealed that the leadership of some of the closed markets made it known to him that the regulators and security agencies made shocking and disturbing discoveries in the plumbing markets as well. Soludo therefore urged the public to ignore the media sensation of some political actors calling for the reopening of the closed markets in proximity to the drug market. The submission of Governor Chukwuma Soludo comes a few days after the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi made repeated calls for the reopening of the closed markets, arguing that it is impacting negatively on the economic and well-being of some innocent traders. However, Soludo stressed the need to rid the state of counterfeit and controlled drugs, hence backing the closure of the market by the federal government. He, however, added that a directive has been issued for the action to be expedited at the plumbing materials market, so traders can resume activities there in less than 10 days. I visited Obogu and adjoining market today in Onitsha as the biggest open drug market in Africa. It is not surprising that federal agencies and regulatory bodies would from time to time visit the market to enforce standards and check the sale of fake, counterfeit and controlled drugs in the market. With the drugs and related matters captured strictly on the exclusive list, my visit today was interventionist. First, I sought to ascertain why other markets close to the drug market in Onitsha were closed, away from the media sensation created by a few political actors. The leadership of the plumbing materials market, which was shut down alongside the drug market, confirmed to me that the discoveries made by the regulators in some shops in the plumbing material market were both shocking and disturbing. Right inside these shops, we have found cartons of counterfeit and controlled drugs, many of which have been banned globally. How these drugs, which have been banned globally and locally, are still being manufactured in India, pass through our various ports C&A, and find their way to our local drug markets remains a question only the relevant authorities can answer. While we must rid our country of fake and counterfeit drugs, it is important for the federal government to tighten up the nose of the supply end of the value chain. I have directed that the search, which had commenced a few days ago, be expedited so that in less than 10 days from today, the traders at the plumbing materials market can be allowed to reopen and commence their legitimate commercial activities. As a government, we are already building a coordinated wholesale drug center in our Oba, Idemili South local government area that will accommodate the new and standardized Obogu market. This is our own contribution to ending the current chaotic market environment where fake and counterfeit drugs thrive. Onitsha remains the largest trading hub in Africa. We will further expand this status to a more befitting height. May Anambra continue to win, Soludo wrote in a statement via his X account early today morning. Tension in Sokoto communities. Banditry don impose 25 million naira find overlost member and his weapons. This is Bello Tunji and his boys. Residents of Sabon Birni local government area in Sokoto state are in distress as they face an overwhelming demand from notorious bandits leader Bello Tunji. Nigeria News learned that the gang had imposed a 25 million naira levy on the communities as retribution for the killing of one of their members and the loss of firearms during a recent confrontation with security forces. In addition to this, the villagers are also scrambling to gather 3 million naira to secure the freedom of 12 worshippers abducted by the criminal across 4 villages. According to Vanguard, Honorable Ibrahim Said Naino, who represented Sabon Birni East in the Sokoto State House of Assembly, has verified that a ransom of 250,000 has been placed on each of the 12 abducted worshippers. This ransom comes from the hefty levy Tunji's gang had demanded from the communities. Detailing the sequence of events, Naino explained that local residents with military support had fought back against the assailants, successfully killing one of them and seizing some weapons. In retaliation, the armed group imposed a financial penalty, presenting it as a compensation for their loss. The bandits are demanding 25 million naira because they lost one of their members and some of their rifles during the fight, Naino stated. Also confirming the development, the lawmaker representing Sabon Birni West, Honorable Aminu Boza, revealed that among the villages affected is Garden Idi, the hometown of Sokoto State Deputy Governor Idris Mohammed Gobil. Boza further disclosed that after negotiations, the imposed levy was slightly reduced from 25 million to 22 million. Expressing dissatisfaction with security situation, he criticized the military for failing to maintain a presence in these vulnerable communities, despite the existence of a barracks in nearby Isa town. He also lamented the worsening insecurity in the region, noting previous visits by the Minister of Defense and the recent tragic killing of 6 operatives from the Sokoto community guards. The lawmaker urged security agencies to take decisive and sustained action to restore peace to the troubled areas. Meanwhile, 5 of the abducted worshippers remain in captivity as their families struggle to raise the required 250,000 naira ransom for their release. My people, now here, we will take back break. Make una keep on liking, sharing, commenting because more of these videos is coming your way. Emesiano, ndemane memma.